Hey everyone, this campaign is brought to you by Psychic Dolphin Garage. If you'd like to support us and our larger efforts to build a leftist community through tabletop role-playing games, head on over to patreon.com/Psychic Dolphin Garage. And now, back to the show.
All right.
What do y'all do next?
I think if the general's in the bar, Dante and Doc, I don't think y'all can go see him. I think I would have to solo go talk to him and try to slip him the truth serum and then see if I can question him.
I'm down for whatever.
I mean this in the best possible way, Eli. You got maybe 2 hits before you're dead. So I'm a little hesitant to let you fly out on your own, little birdie.
Look, Dante, I understand. However, I also am sworn to complete the missions the same way that all of us are. My methods are going to have to be much more careful. I can get out pretty fast. I am able to transport myself pretty fast. I know I'm a glass cannon, but I think I'm the only one that has the magic capabilities powerful enough to get close enough to the Colonel and to get a chance of getting the information that we need.
I mean, if that's the way that you feel most comfortable with, that's fine. I guess Doc and I...
No, that's definitely not what I feel most comfortable with. I'd feel most comfortable standing behind you and blasting magic at guards.
And that sounds like a plan.
What about this? The only person they know is here is me.
Dante's just sticks out a little bit is my only point.
No.
But
What if
you're
they
right,
just
Doc.
send me in to sit down with it?
Ill-feeling tuxedo.
Yeah, just like, no. Just like go full like, yeah, I got out of it. Looks like Klaus is more interested, or Hans, or whatever the crowd was more interested in choking some other guy. Just like lean into it.
Yeah, whatever you do, I hold out the vial of truth serum. Do you want to try to get him to ingest this, or do you want me to try to get him to ingest this?
What if you went in as a waiter and tried to get him to ingest it, and then I interviewed him? The only person he would ever know was here would be me.
And I can assist you from the sideline as well.
Yeah.
Unless his bodyguards are high-level magic casters, then I am pretty confident that we'll be able to take him on.
Sounds like as good a plan as we have.
All right, and then Dante, we have our radios. If we need backup, you can bring backup.
Sure, yeah, that's what sounds appropriate for y'all. Absolutely. I'll just hang tight, hang loose.
All right, then Dante, here's my longbow. Here's my
Oh yeah,
gun, so you can dual wield them.
I also did find a pistol.
I mean this in the most respectful way to both of you, but y'all need to hold on to your weaponry probably a little bit more than I do. I'll be fine.
Yeah. You know, that's fine.
I break the AR down into pieces and put it in my back bag, so it's not just out hanging.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What are we doing?
All right, Doc. I don't need any more weed yet, but I will follow your lead out. So I guess, will the tuxedo fit over my outfit, or will I have to like put my outfit into a bag and change into like a waiter-looking tuxedo?
I mean, you could not take off your clothes and put a tuxedo over it. It'll just be uncomfortable and weird. But yeah, it's up to you. Whatever.
I'm doing that then.
Okay.
I just got to pass enough to make it a nightclub. Like,
Yeah. All right. So you put on one of the general's tuxedos. It doesn't. He's kind of thicker in the torso region, which kind of works out because you're still wearing your other clothes underneath, so it kind of fills out the suit a little bit better as you put on one of his suits.
Nice.
Are we
tightening the cummerbund down really tight so that it keeps it all like nice and taut and not wrinkled, looking like I'm wearing clothes underneath?
You look like a party goer. So what are we doing?
I'm hanging back in the room,
Okay.
listening to the radio.
Okay, you're heading back in the room.
I'm waiting to see if he can dose first. I'm gonna hide in the crowd for a while.
Okay. So the two of y'all are going to the bar.
Yeah, we're going to the bar. If there's like people walking around with big trays of champagne, I'm elbowing myself in, getting a tray of champagne and walking around.
As you open the door to this bar on the cruise ship, jazz music comes through from the band in the corner. You see beautiful sequin dancers dancing near the stage. Some are in these like clamshell mermaid cages.
Okay.
Lights are flashing and going everywhere as people are dancing, and this place is packed. You get the feeling that at around this time of night, this is where everybody congregates and has fun. As the two of y'all walk in, all manners of people are drinking, talking, dancing. And as you look up, you can see the pool from the top deck has a glass bottom, and it extends from the ceiling of the bar, and you can see some people swimming and getting ready for the mermaid show, which happens in the pool up there. As you look around, you can see in one corner a large bar, and Doc, you recognize the Colonel, the man who was with Klaus as you came to in the room.
Are we here for a general or a colonel?
Colonel.
All right, just want to make sure. I do the head motion at the guy.
I'm like, I found the tray by now, and I'm like looking over there. I'm like, yeah, okay, okay, good. Making my way through the crowd.
Gotcha.
Fucking looking at board shorts and just a blazer on top of it. Heinous outfit. I love it.
As you're like trying to pass out drinks to the guests.
Cool.
The band finishes their song, and the crowd is clapping as the mermaid show begins. As a bunch of swimmers in mermaid costumes with the tails start doing elaborate spinning moves in the pool above as everyone is looking up. You can see the Colonel kind of paying attention, but he's way more interested in the beautiful woman that he has grabbed and brought over to the bar to talk to him.
Gotcha. I need to find a way to get him to take a shot. Is there like a shot girl that I can trade with? I don't want champagne. I want.
You can.
I need to.
There's no one walking around handing out shots, but you could go to the bar and make that tray if you wanted.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I walk behind the bar. I assume there's like maybe one or two people there, and the Colonel's there like talking. So I slide my tray in, like pull out some glasses. I make lemon drops. I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
A revolutionary shot in 1965.
You're just like, I came up with this myself. I call it a lemon drop. Yeah, as you load up this tray, you now have a tray full of lemon drops.
I'm still behind, and I try to make it so like I could finish up, and I look up at the Colonel, and I'm like, oh, Colonel, would you like, the first one?
He looks towards you, and the woman that he's with looks a little uncomfortable in like a, I don't really want to be talking to this man, but I will because he is powerful and dangerous.
And for the beautiful lady, perhaps this will sweeten your night a little bit.
You hand him 2 shots, and he grabs them and he goes, thank you. And as he downses, he hands it to the lady, who reluctantly takes it and drinks it.
Cool. I would like at this point, as I'm like, I have the one that I did, I hand them the shots. He has the truth serum one. I'm going to like flash like a funny smile, and I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. I'm gonna use Jim's glowing coin and be like, I bet you've never had something that tastes as fresh as spring with the gold from the sunset. As I'm gonna take like a coin and flick it in the air so it's like spinning. I'm supposed to hurl the coin to a spot, and it lights up as if under the effect of a light spell, but I want it to like fling in the air and spin, and like it kind of catching the lights, and then as it kind of hits the counter, it is still like glowing. He has to pass a 13 wisdom saving throw. Oh no, Truth Serum is a constitution saving throw. Sorry, I don't want to do that then. I don't need to.
He's kind of paying attention to you, but he's mostly interested in this lady, and he kind of turns and is like, oh, you're still here? Can I help you?
The Truth Serum is a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
So the Truth Serum is being applied by this coin? Is that
the Truth Serum has been applied in the shot.
Oh, okay. It was already there. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. You 7.
I don't know if he's passed or not, but I'm gonna move stealthily towards the bar, and I'm gonna say, "Why don't you make yourself scarce, punk?" to Eli, and then I'm gonna put the gun up against the side, like they do in spy movies. Like, hello, Colonel. I think we had a conversation to finish.
His eyes narrow as he recognizes you and immediately looks around the room, and you see him catch eyes with
Nope, don't do
2
that.
people. But he has not done anything. He's just looked around the room and then now looks back at you. Well, this has turned into an interesting night.
Hans got a little bit talkative, unusually so. Went off to strangle someone else.
Well, he's never been the smartest.
No, especially when I told him that person was fucking his mother.
Well,
To which he replied to me, it was very funny because his mother's been dead for years.
how can I help you?
Well, first off, you can tell me what you've done to me. I'm remembering in spurts and pieces.
We captured you and we injected you with a drug that causes you to lose your memory.
Where'd you get it?
Well, truth serum, just across the board, is just like a truth serum.
You act as though it can't knowingly speak a lie. It is as if under the effect of a zone of truth spell.
Okay. Sorry, what was it? Can you repeat the question?
Where'd you get it?
We have a German source. He kind of looks a little shocked that he just gave this to you, but he gets the feeling that he will be able to deal with you. So it's of little importance that you would know. Yes, German source. Goes by the name Werner Nachtnebel.
Yes, the Night Nibblers. I know them very well. I may have remembered some things about the Leopard's Gold.
Do tell.
I think we might be able to come to an agreement, but of course we'll have that conversation a little bit later.
Is this happening over comms?
Yes, this is over comms. Which, to be fair, Doc has not decided whether he's going to actually help or not. It is a 50-50. He's a loose operator, but he is reliably unreliable. Why are you looking for it? You're already wealthy enough.
Well, to tell you the truth, I was merely testing the capabilities of this drug that I'm going to sell. We know where it is.
Do you?
We knew that you knew.
But you wanted to see that I didn't know anymore.
Yes.
Devious, just like you. It's a pity that you know it's the place you think you know is the wrong place.
And where would that be?
Well, I can't tell you, because the only thing I remember is that you're wrong. Unfortunately, somebody gave me drugs that make me unable to remember bits and pieces of myself.
Well, that is concerning, but we already have a buyer, so maybe they can tinker with the formula to make sure it's more effective in the future.
And who's the buyer?
The KGB.
Yeah, I mean, that's like very boring. There are many, you could, why aren't you selling it to both sides? I turn off my comms for a second. I just have a question for you.
I look very concerned at the far side of the room.
Why are you not just selling it to both sides? You could make so much more money.
Would I have heard comms go dead?
I turn it back on after I say that.
Oh, okay.
Dante, can you hear him? Can you hear him, Dante? Oh, I can hear him. Okay, we're good. All right.
Is this a proposal?
I turn comms back off for a second.
I start rushing. If comms starts going dead.
Comms back on. Comms back on.
No, rushing.
All right, look.
Comes off. Yes. No, of course not.
Right. It's like a flicker. That's all. Yes, of course not. And I wink. In fact,
Dante's en route.
I have made. I'm going to say into my comms. Everything is fine. Very loud.
It clearly sounds like he's under duress.
The colonel looks at you and goes, "Everything is fine."
We should go talk about this in the presidential suite.
How long does it take me to get into the room?
Maybe like 30 seconds, 45 seconds from when you decide that you need to intervene.
Okay. I'll let the scene continue to play out a little bit before I bust in.
Do I hear him ripping ass towards the room?
No.
He doesn't say he's coming in. He's just going in.
Well, I don't know. Do you?
No, it's
okay.
Like I've heard comms start to go out, so it's in my head, like comms are either compromised or down. Either way, it's not a good situation. And
right.
I think that maybe Doc is under duress as he's talking to the Colonel. So that enemy number one in my head.
Look, Colonel, why don't we go ahead and mosey on over to your suite where we can have a conversation about this more privately. And I wink at him.
He looks down to the place where you have the gun against him, and he nods and goes, "Very well."
All right. And I just stand up. I do that thing where it's like you're braced again. Like I'm braced. I'm pretending to be a little drunk, or he's a little drunk, but I have the gun still, like with my other hand up against him.
Okay.
And I almost guarantee we are going to get hit in the door by Dante. The door's going to open as Dante rushes in.
As you're making your way out of the bar, so Dante, you were rushing over.
I'm smashing the door open and trying to do a quick scope of the entire room, going from left to right.
We'll say as the Colonel and Doc are making their way towards the door, right before you get there, the door slams open, and Dante, you see Doc with the Colonel right there, as a couple people nearby kind of like turn and are like, "What?"
Absolutely misreading the situation. I think that the Colonel now has Doc hostage, so I am going to unleash fire with the Garan's rifle.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, all right. I see him
it's
raising
close
his
range.
rifle. Oh god.
I'm gonna try to lie to this guy, the Colonel, and say, "Your suppliers found out you were gonna work with me. They've sent someone to kill you." It's the KGB.
Oh God, the colonel is like moving their head around, looking back at the room at the two people who he looked at previously, but they are not at all. Like they're like more so paying attention to the mermaids show that's happening. As the colonel's kind of like looking around and scared. What?
You gotta get out of here, Colonel. The KGB is after you. And I wink at everybody. Just a wink. I don't know what thing. I've
already drawn the weapon, so I'm not sure how the combat works. But like, door has opened, so you got a lot of words out in the time it's taken my rifle to go from in my hands to in my shoulder. Yeah, no, I mean I immediately saw the colonel and Doc rushing, thinking that Doc was being taken away by the colonel because useless Eli hasn't been covering anything, and so my plan is fully to just blow the colonel away, point blank.
Okay, yeah,
fine.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Dante is doing that unless anything else.
No, I'm not gonna stop him. I'm just gonna yell, it's the KGB.
Okay. A lot of the people in the bar, y'all are still kind of inside the bar, right by the door. As a lot of people in the bar like turn and like look around, and you see two men in suits, kind of like reach inside their coat as they're also looking around, but then focusing in on the entrance.
I assume the colonel's getting blasted by.
Yeah. If that's happening, go ahead and just roll.
I'm not going to stop it from happening.
Okay,
I have found out everything we needed to find out. My attempt to get more money from him has failed, but that's fine.
So since I am a second level fighter, I'm going to be doing my first action, and then I'm also taking an action surge, which is one additional action on my turn for just repeated fire immediately into the colonel here. So that is a 18 plus 4 for the first action.
That one hits.
Okay.
I'm gonna silvery barbs your first attack.
Okay. What does that do?
Silvery barbs. It's
like reduces it by 10 or something like that.
You have to re-roll your d20 and take the lower roll. So if you rolled an 18 on the die,
yeah,
you gotta re-roll it, and hopefully it's lower, so you miss the colonel.
Essentially disadvantage, yeah.
And I give myself advantage
against them if you attack them, right?
I'm gonna give Doc advantage. I'm gonna give Doc advantage on some sort of persuasion check or something here.
Okay, so I re-rolled, so that is now going to be, well, it was an 18 plus 4, so it was a 22, and then this is now a 10 plus 4, so a 14.
Yep.
Is a 14 hit?
Yes.
And so, okay, that's going to be, let's see, I got to roll a d10, a 9. So the first is 9 points of damage into the colonel, then action surging with the second attack as well. That is going to be a, let's see, 14 plus 4, that's 18. Does 18 hit?
Yes.
And then with that one, that is going to be, come on, roll, a 4. So total,
13.
Colonel takes 13 points of damage.
Okay. As you pull out your gun and start blasting, the entire crowd in this bar starts screaming and people are running around. The mermaid show is still happening. They don't know what's going on.
True professionals.
But you see all the passengers who are, from what you can get, not agents, run and cower, and a couple people are running past y'all, or some are leaving through the other exit at the other end of the bar, and the two people in the suits who are reaching inside their coats have now brandished their weapons and are rushing over as the colonel takes two to, we'll say, shoulder.
Okay. How's he looking, by the way?
He's hurt. I mean, 2 bullets. Okay. He's not at risk of like immediately dying though.
Cool.
I whispered to him, Colonel, you got to get out of here. The KGB thinks that you've turned.
The KGB, as he points towards Dante, is like,
yeah, the KGB, famous practitioners of demonic magic, of course.
The person who just shot me is KGB.
Can I roll a deception check? Okay, well,
you have advantage on.
It's a good thing I have advantage because that was a 2.
Uh-huh.
That, however, is a 19 on the die.
Let's go.
So that's an 18.
The colonel looks at Dante and is like, "Who's paying you? You work for me."
Is he saying it to me?
To you. He for all intents and purposes, he thinks you're KGB, and he doesn't understand because he has KGB agents on this boat that are working with him.
Dante does not know what's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anything, this is like just a stun. Like Dante doesn't know how to react, and I want to say at this point, I feel like all the pieces would start to slightly fall into place, like the wink, what Doc is saying, like all of that.
He's very loudly yelling, "Oh no, it's the KGB!" I'm also like, as this is happening, I'm misty stepping out into the hallway, and I'm like, "Dante, we gotta go!"
At that point, I'm going to tell the Colonel, I had to make it look real. I'm going to then try and roll deception of my own, since I didn't kill him and I got him in the shoulder. Point blank, apparently 2 shots didn't kill him. Yeah. So that is going to be 14 plus 5 deception, so 19.
Oh my God.
We're gaslighting this man.
He can't lie to us, but we can lie to him.
The Colonel's looking pretty dazed, but he believes you and is just like, what now? What next? As the 2 guards, because y'all are still just standing in this doorway, as the 2 guards who are rushing over, both with their rifles out, are going to take shots at y'all.
I'm gonna say to him, your guards are going to try to kill you. You gotta run.
I've misty stepped. If I can minor illusion, I'm trying to think of what would be terrifying. 1960s on a cruise ship.
Gay marriage.
I'm gonna minor illusion like the ranges in this is like 30 feet. Like a big Rottweiler like walking in the door and barking at them really loudly.
Okay. Does that affect attack rolls or?
They might just choose to shoot it instead.
Okay, yeah. As this is all happening, the 2 guards are getting closer and create this barking dog as one of them.
Yeah, I create him into the hallway outside, and then I have him walk inside and get ready to charge at them.
There's still a crowd of people, and the first guard lines up a shot at Doc, and then immediately upon seeing the dog, tries to hit the dog through the crowd and misses and connects with one of the guests in their leg as everyone's still screaming and running around.
They're shooting the guests. Jesus Christ, they've been planning this for a while. They're trying to cut you out as the middleman. They want to buy from the suppliers directly.
You hear one of them through the shouts and screams, no Russian.
No Russian?
Yeah,
the Call of Duty level.
Airport level.
I was going to say, is that a Call of Duty reference?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
The gamers versus the non-gamers.
Look, Yonk, that landed with me. I want you to know what a good DM you are.
Look, I'm the wrong shade of the world to be playing Call of Duty. Whenever they show my hometown, they get the language wrong.
What are we doing?
I'm going to shove, actually, the Colonel into the hallway. I'll hold them off, I say.
So now, everyone's outside now except for Doc. I'm assuming you're in the doorway still then?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the dog still up?
Dog is still up. If they missed, they're not going to be able to tell. They have to make an intelligence check to determine that it is an illusion. I think physical interaction would reveal it to be an illusion because things pass through it. So until they shoot the illusion, they won't be able to tell. As soon as they are able to determine that it's an illusion, it becomes faint.
Cool. That being said, the second guard has now taken a shot, and it was a nat 20 at the dog. So it is very much, they have understood that it's not real.
Okay, the one guard has.
Yeah, sorry, the one guard has. Yeah.
Okay, it's right at the other guy then. It'll charge him on his turn, I guess.
I'm going to also just say, what did you do to piss off the KGB, Colonel?
Nothing. We had a good deal. Y'all were supposed to protect me.
Yeah, well.
Look, man, the communists just aren't to be trusted, man. What do they do? The second that we give them, they get out of the war, they immediately turn it back on their own people. That's all we're seeing. Doc, we're on his side? What are we doing with him?
Just take him. He's the asset. Just shrug. I don't know.
He has to be alive to make the deal with him, right?
Yes.
Get him out of here and away from the KGB. I wink again.
Okay, come on, man. Colonel, we really got to go, man. This is this is getting sticky in here, man.
I'm going to come alongside the Colonel. Hey, listen, I just want to say sorry for having to shoot you like that. We got to figure out who we can trust right now, though. So can you take us to your supplier? We got to see how deep this thing goes.
And I said I'll hold them off. So I'm going to leave through through the door, but close behind me, but stay on the other side as if I'm staying.
The Colonel is kind of understanding what y'all are trying to do. And as y'all are like trying to leave, he like looks at one of y'all and just goes, is there a mole? Is that what's happening?
I nod sadly.
We don't get paid to find out who it is. We get paid to try and keep you safe and keep the supply chains open.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm gonna mage hand you an immovable rod, Doc.
Thank you. Stick the immovable rod on the doorway.
Yes, like through the handles and like click it on so the door can't be moved.
Yeah, as you do that from the other side, you can see the door getting pushed and tried to be open, but it can't, as you hear do as 3 bullets go through the door.
Yeah, we're running. Hey, Colonel, man, do you got like a safe room somewhere or something?
My suite.
What's safe about that room? Okay.
The bodies aren't in his room, or are they? They are. Okay, great. Yes, well, absolutely. Let's go into your room, Colonel.
As y'all rush to the Colonel's room, you enter inside, and the Colonel locks the door behind him as he makes his way towards his wardrobe, kind of not limping, but like his shoulder a little slumped from the hit. But before he gets there, he sees Klaus and his butler, Manuel, on the bed, and is just like, what? And looks towards you, Doc.
Oh my God. Can I do like a deception?
I already told him. I'm like, I told Hans that somebody was trying to fuck his mother. And I said that there was the person around the corner. He must have thought it was this guy. You know Hans is an idiot.
Are they dead?
I don't know. I can check them later, but do you want me to patch you up first? I'm just going to try to keep him as busy as possible.
Not now. As he goes inside.
Who's the other guy?
What other guy?
The guy that Hans strangled.
That's my butler.
Oh, it's your butler.
It's always the butler.
All right.
But
well, he looks alive-ish.
He makes his way into the wardrobe and he starts rifling through some of the drawers. He pulls out like a little radio and he like looks at the button on the wall. And you can see him like consider to press it, but given the lies that you all have just told him, he doesn't know if he can or should.
Hey man, who's that radio contact?
Well, it contacts the agents in Ibiza, but now I don't know. What's the plan?
We've got 3 options. We can either go back to the supplier, hope that they can hold you out for a little while. You're more valuable to them alive than in KGB custody.
Yes.
Or there must be a mole, and that mole has convinced the KGB that you're a mole. I don't know if you've ever seen the most incredible film of all time, Rear Window, by Alfred Hitchcock. The question that Rear Window begs of us is, are we the observer or the observed? Are we the watcher or are we the watched?
Yeah, that's deep, man.
And right now, the KGB thinks that you are the watcher. They've made you the watched. So there's one thing you have to do. You can either prove your innocence, find the mole, which I don't know if we have the time, or you can defect right now. You can pick a country on a map, defect. You are so valuable, I'm sure that they will jump out of their boots to recruit you.
You see him thinking, and then he begins to nod and is just like, okay. Well, we'll be docking in a couple hours. I can figure something out. How can I contact y'all?
We're going to be here the whole time.
How about this? We'll contact you. You give us a number that we can reach you at, and we'll make sure that we'll get in contact with you once everything has happened.
He pulls out a piece of paper and writes down his number on it and hands it to you. Here, you have to protect me till we get to shore.
That's great. That's a perfect idea. What if we dressed Hans up as you? Send him out there.
Well, we look nothing alike.
I know you look nothing alike, but we have a skilled illusionist here. We can just change things enough, make it so...
You like Hans' big muscles? Minor illusion.
You're turning the Colonel into Hans or Hans into the Colonel?
We could do either one, honestly. I was going to say we could turn Hans into the Colonel and we could send him out. Here, why don't you go freshen up in the bathroom and I'll discuss things with my associates.
He walks towards the bathroom and starts like trying to find a towel to clean his shoulder.
Yeah. Two bullet wounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to whisper to guys, I have no fucking clue what we're doing.
You fucking sold us out, you fucking piece of shit.
I didn't sell you out.
I am going to
Dante, I didn't sell us out. I bailed us out from revealing who we were. You idiot. Also, great job on the rescue. I really appreciate it.
Hey, man, look, we got like 35 minutes left till that serum wears off.
Eli, well, he's just being honest right now. I think we can just keep gaslighting him. What if we send out Hans, but make Hans look like, we say we're making Hans look like him, but instead we make Hans look like one of us. Those guards are going to riddle Hans with bullets. He's going to be so convinced the KGB's out to get him, and we can escape. It's 2 birds, 1 stone. Three birds. I don't particularly like Hans.
So how do we get out of this suite? Oh, there's a window.
There's a lot of windows.
And all we have to do is hide in the lower decks. We just got to get to shore or to extraction. And all of a sudden, not only have we disguised who we were, we've turned an asset, maybe made a lot of money. I think this works for all of us.
Seems like we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, if I'm being completely honest with you. But
part of the briefing was when the cruise ship docks at Ibiza, you would meet your contact there to hand over whatever successful objectives you had completed. You would be passing those over or relaying info to this person.
Again, I think we say we're going to make Hans look like the Colonel. We start lowering the Colonel out of the window. Then we send Hans looking like one of us to the hallway. He gets lit up. The Colonel thinks that we are his only rescuers, and we just got to play a little cat and mouse for a couple hours with a guy who owns the ship.
Honestly, I like that idea a lot.
I'm in my messenger bag. Rope. Mittens. Here's a tangler grenade in case someone really falls. You can just throw the grenade and it'll shoots cum out. Nice. And then you get stuck. And if all else fails, I am wearing my ring of water walking. I think I can just walk and drag someone through the water. Maybe I don't know how that works raw, but
just dragging them through the water.
Now I'm pretty sure that nobody's gonna die. Maybe
I'll get to work on the window. You get to work on our Patsy.
I'm gonna go into the bathroom and watch the Colonel.
The Colonel's just gingerly, with a towel with hot water from the sink.
Could I help with that just a little bit?
Yeah.
With thaumaturgy, I can light a small flame, right?
Yes.
Could I try and cauterize the wound a little bit to help with the bleeding out?
Sure. Do you want to point out I am a healing expert, but I like this plan better. Why waste resources on this guy?
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, I can do it with my two hands, so I would have 2 fingers on one side of the bullet wounds and 2 fingers on the other, and just real quickly.
Sorry, you can't create fire.
Oh, it just appears.
You can manipulate. No, you can manipulate fire that already exists.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll just say you just help him.
Yeah,
clean his wound.
Yeah. You hold him down. Really, you grab him by the scruff of the neck. You hold him down. And you pour the hydrogen peroxide on the wound to clean it out.
No, it's the alcohol bottles.
From the minibar.
You're gonna bite down on this.
So we're trying to disguise Klaus to look like the Colonel.
Not to look like the Colonel. We're telling the Colonel we're disguising him to look like the Colonel as we get him out the window, but we're going to disguise him to look like one of us.
Oh,
so that way then Klaus gets lit up and then...
Gotcha. Okay. Klaus is handcuffed to the bed or the other guy was?
The other guy was.
Okay. So, but Klaus is still knocked out.
I can bring him back up.
Okay. Is that a special roll?
I can just use a key point to heal him.
Okay, yeah.
And he's going to be memory fogged and everything else. I'm sure we can convince him that he's us.
Yeah, as he comes to, he's like,
I'm going to be like, hey, Dante, you should come talk to him. I'm going to get the Colonel out the window.
Who are we dressing him up to look like?
You.
Oh, okay. I go up to him and I'm just like, Dante, are you okay?
And before this finishes, can I get the Colonel out the window with the rope?
Sure, yeah. Well, we'll say you shot a hole in the glass and busted it open, and
you gotta just swing down to another window 300 feet below.
You create some sort of weird harness out of the rope and tie it to the Colonel, and the Colonel's just like, as long as you keep me alive, as you begin to lower him out the window.
Look, we started this day as enemies, but we're gonna end it as business partners.
Okay, that's good. Anyways, what's up, Dante? How's it going, man? We need you to, I'm gonna disguise you.
Dante, I've heard that you're best friends with Lyndon Johnson, so just gotta ask, what's that like, to know such a great man like that?
Who's Dante?
You!
I'm Klaus.
Why do you think that you're Klaus? I point at the guy on the bed. That's Klaus. You're Dante.
He looks over and that's Manuel. I'm Klaus.
Okay, Klaus.
He also sees you putting the general out the window. Yeah.
All right, Klaus. Look, I need you to do something very important for us. The general's being hunted right now. I need you to go recon the hallways for us.
All right, we could just lie to Klaus.
Yeah, give me deception.
I didn't lie.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, persuasion.
That's not better.
Wait, what? You could argue that that's still a deception, but maybe because we're creatively deceiving, it would be deception with advantage.
Oh.
Or maybe somebody else wants to do the deceiving.
I'll give you advantage on persuasion.
Okay.
Klaus is... You drugged him, so he's not really sure what's happening. He knows he works for the Colonel, and you're just trying to convince him that the Colonel is actually in danger.
Neither of those were great. That was an 8. Dante, we're all on board with this.
Is Klaus restrained, or is he's just like free now? Like, are any of y'all like holding him down?
I wasn't, because I thought that he had the thing administered.
Yeah, didn't we administer the memory thing to him?
So he doesn't remember he doesn't remember you specifically, Doc.
So did I just get a really bad job? I got a really bad dose of this memory shit.
No. How it works is it essentially just gives you amnesia for like the last like week.
Gotcha.
Or something.
Yeah, it doesn't make you forget completely.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet I forgot more because I was also on other drugs.
Yes.
I'm going to stick my head back through the window. General, can you tell, or I'm going to stick down. General, can you tell Klaus that he has to go scout the hallways?
From dangling by a rope.
Yeah.
Klaus, do whatever they say. Klaus like begins to sit up and nods and then like reaches for his pistol that was in his waistband, but it's not there. And he's like looking around for it and then not being able to find it. He stands up and he just like looks at his fists and he's like, yeah, da. And he begins to walk towards the door and then he turns around and he's like, Klaus, protect? ?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Klaus, protect. Let me help you real fast. There's not a mirror he's going to see, right? I'm just minor illusion. He's Dante now.
All right. He looks like Dante as he walks towards the door. And
should I press the button? It's got an effect of 30 feet, so I think we should press the button so that way then they can see.
The button in the wardrobe? Yeah, you can press it if you want.
Get out the window the same moment you do.
Are we all ready to go?
Yeah, we're dangling the Colonel. I'm ready to shoot the next window the moment the button gets pressed so that the sound masks the sound.
All right, guys. 3, 2, 1, press.
Klaus opens the door and steps into the hallway. The button makes no noise as the two of y'all run towards the window and follow Doc out.
Mm-hmm.
Klaus walks into the hallway and just kind of like stands in front of the door as 4 KGB agents come from both sides of the hallway, two on each side, and just begin lighting up Klaus.
Oh my God, they killed Klaus!
Oh no!
You hear a bunch of gunfire as you jump out the window and fall off down.
Colonel, are you okay?
Klaus died for you, Colonel.
He's still dangling, right? Y'all haven't. Okay, yeah.
We've opened the window, but we haven't swung in yet.
Gotcha. He's dangling. He's like, I'm still alive.
Klaus gave his life for you.
He like pauses, like, Klaus is dead?
Yeah, the moment they saw him, they didn't stop to talk.
They saw him as you. They then
they saw him as you, and they just opened fire.
He looks a little sad, but he doesn't really care about
He got
Klaus.
to do what he loved. He got to strangle somebody.
Yes. he always enjoyed that.
And I shoot the next window and go in with the Colonel.
Yeah, the Colonel swings in.
Should I roll like an acrobatics check or something to see if I can like wedgie the Colonel in correctly?
All 3 of y'all give me acrobatics check to see how well you're able to scale this rope into the...
That is a 19.
That's a 12?
with the modifier, that's going to be a 10.
Doc and Eli less gracefully. Y'all are able to slide down the rope and get inside.
Not gracefully at all. Robes billowing in the winds.
Yeah. Dante, you for some reason like jumped out without grabbing the rope, and your plan was to grab it as you were falling.
That looks so fucking cool, you guys.
Can I risk myself to save Dante in a very out of character moment?
Sure. So you're inside the bottom room.
I am going to attempt to fling myself out, grabbing the edge of the window with my toes, and try to catch Dante.
Okay. Dante, as you jump out, you reach to grab the rope, and misjudging how easy this would have been, you're able to grab onto the rope, but you don't have any traction. Immediately continuing your fall.
This is it. This is my moment.
Doc, give me a athletics check to see how well you're able to brace yourself.
That is a 17 total.
Okay, yeah.
In that it is an 18 minus 1.
Yeah, you're very good with using your feet to do things. As you grip the edge of the window, as Dante is fastly falling towards you, and you reach out and you're able to stop him and maintain your position on the rope in the window.
Pull us up.
I'm going to help. I grab ankles, pant leg.
Yeah, reaching out the window, you grab their leg and pull the two of them back.
Man, I hate field work so much.
To any outside observer, one would think this was a selfless act, but I'm going to say to Dante, I know you still owe me money. Cool.
Y'all are in one of the bottom floors in a very modest room. Like one of the passengers who couldn't afford one of the suites rented one of these.
We have to get out in the hallways and move because they'll know we got into this window eventually.
Okay, you know the ship better than any of us.
Oh, you're right, I do. Open the messenger bag, pull out the map.
I mean, I would think the Colonel would know it better than any of us, technically.
Colonel, you also know the ship very well. Where's the best place to hide down here?
We should find another room if they decide to look out the window.
I mean, Eli just went over that, so So, I mean, thank you, Colonel.
Maybe find a maintenance closet. We just need to make it to shore. We don't need to fight our way out of this. We can just hide until we get to shore.
All right, we'll do this.
So when y'all go to the hallway, find a maintenance closet, and y'all are inside this maintenance closet.
Are we gonna be stuck in here for 4 hours?
We'll say it's about like an hour away from docking. The sun is rising as this has all been happening.
So, yeah, I was going to say, so a short rest?
Yeah. Well,
I love me a key point.
Yeah. For brevity, y'all just wait out the last hour. Get a short rest.
I will heal up the Colonel with my key points, by the way.
Oh, no. Let's not.
Well, I get them
We
back.
still
for the
might
short rest.
need to.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I won't heal. Colonel, we expended so many resources getting you out of there. I look at my having taken no damage.
I pull out my LBJ lighter and I'm like, all right, now we can do this. And that's when I'm going to try the thaumaturgy, manipulating the fire from the lighter to cauterize the
It's your
wounds.
Zippo and you turn it into a blowtorch somehow.
Yeah, exactly. This hurts me more than it hurts you.
That hour passes, and cool. I rolled for the guards. They saw that the window was broken out of. To the best of their knowledge, they think that they killed Dante, which was the person that shot the Colonel. But looking at the broken window with the rope and nothing attached to it, they assumed the Colonel was thrown out the window to their death. But they, just to do due diligence, they check the bottom floors, but they do not find y'all as the MS Corazon docks on the island of Ibiza. In the morning, we're not going to make you escape from the boat. We'll just say, as that's just what was supposed to happen, people are disembarking as y'all kind of slowly follow.
Perfect time for a minor illusion.
Okay.
Yeah, and perfect time for me to loot whatever I can on the way out. Just bump into people's pockets, pickpocket them, just
Wait a
rich
second.
people.
I put all three of y'all into like a laundry basket and then minor illusion it to look like it's full or something.
Cool. Yeah. You're still wearing the suit, so people assume you're staff as you cart out laundry. And y'all are in Ibiza now, and y'all know that the three of y'all need to meet with your contact at a local tapas bar. But before that, the general, when y'all are a safe distance away from the ship, the general jumps out and looks at the three of y'all and nods and goes, "I'll be in contact," as he kind of finds his way through Ibiza. He has, he has like rooms and cars, and he has money, so like he's just gonna flee.
Something tells me that crazy kid's gonna be A-okay.
There goes a future British hero.
We really winged it that last bit, man. Like I don't know. It just felt like it.
I want to remind you all, I have memory damage.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I know I need to go to a gun range after this. I mean, missing 2 shots point blank, just really, it's damaging to the ego is what it is.
Yeah, there's definitely you should man. Yeah, you gotta practice so you don't lock up in important moments like that when you should definitely be shooting.
Dante, I gotta say I appreciate the fact that you thought I needed rescuing and came to rescue me. We made it work.
We always try to, so
we all had each other's backs is what's important.
Right. We also converted an asset. We got a business card with a phone number. We got all the information I think we need to know. And the Colonel thinks the KGB was out to get it. Honestly, I think we should get a bonus for this.
As you make your way to the meeting spot inside this bar, the three of y'all see y'all's familiar handler, Mr. Relish. He is a portly, elderly agent. He's sitting there with a full table worth of food, just going to town on it as he sees y'all, and through like his mouthful of food, he's like, "Oh, congratulations. Come, eat," as he invites you to sit down at this table.
Should we be like this conspicuous?
No, it's fine. Ibiza's full of crazy people.
Stands up. Look, I'm with him. I say. See, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. As he gets a little quiet and he goes, "Just don't say the word Nazi."
Oh,
as he invites you all to sit down at the table.
You have any vegan tapas, or are these all?
Yeah. He calls over the waiter, but more importantly, do you have a name?
We have a lot of names.
No. You all know each other.
No. I'm saying,
yeah, we all have names, obviously.
All right, so
sorry, that joint was really strong.
we are all kinds of fucked up. I mean, I dove out of a window but missed the rope after I missed shooting a man point blank in the head twice with a rifle. rifle.
We converted the Colonel into an asset.
Yeah, he's under the impression that the KGB wants him dead, so he's willing to sell out pretty much any and all intel.
Interesting. Do you have a number?
Can we just reiterate all of the information that we learned?
Yeah,
including the business card, right?
Yeah.
We have the business card, so we know their purchaser. He told us who their contact was.
He told us who's buying it. He told us where he's getting it from.
As you tell him the name of the contact.
And this is the number. He's probably ready to sell out to whoever's the next person to call.
Pocketing the number, he's like, well, that'll be interesting. But as you tell him about Werner, he goes, of course it's him. Werner was one of those smug Nazi scientists who told us all to go to hell when we asked him to work for us.
Smug scientists.
Right, I thought we weren't supposed to say the N-word.
In a hushed voice, he said the word Nazi.
He's a smug Nazi.
I think he retired to South America, though.
Well, look, man, if he was in South America, then isn't all the suppliers are going from South America to Europe with this guy, right?
Correct.
So it's strange that it's like that he's dealing with getting it all the way to Europe instead of just doing it in country.
Well, that's what we thought. We thought he was in South America, but this is good intel. We know he's not there.
Also, they know where the leopard gold thing is.
He nods and was like, I was informed that y'all relayed that bit of info to us already. It's also very interesting. He then asks for the lethepoxide.
I open my little bag and pull the little white case out with mage hand.
He goes, when the waiter returns, hand them the bag.
Okay. The waiter comes back. I just mage hand it like up from beside me and like over my lap so that the waiter can grab it. I don't want to touch anything.
As the waiter hands you your vegan appetizer.
Ah, damn, man. These smell good.
He picks up the bag and walks back.
Absolutely blazed right now.
As you tie up all those mission objectives, Mr. Relish says he'll be in touch in the morning and that y'all are all booked for a hotel in town. Relish urges y'all to not enjoy the Ibiza nightlife, as KGB agents are everywhere. My theory is that KGB sends their best agents to Ibiza as a sort of reward. You'd be shocked by how many of the good ones are here right now.
And you don't think we can measure up? Is that it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. It's just an unnecessary risk.
Yeah, man, we're like professionals or whatever, man. Like, we can't party on the job. We can only do the illicit drugs that we hunt down traffickers for off the clock.
Anyways, I heard Vova the Handsome is lurking about. That's the guy who...
All right, you know what? We got to go out on the town. He's handsome?
Oh, no, not Vova the Handsome.
Hold on. That's the guy who sawed off his own hand to escape handcuffs.
Hot.
We love a king who is willing to do what it takes to get the job done.
See y'all in the morning.
Thanks for dinner, lunch.
You ever feel like maybe all of us agents should like collectively try and unionize together in a way?
Oh, you said unionize way too early in that sentence for me to be on board with it.
Y'all head to the hotel and have a chill night.
And that's where we'll stop this week's episode of Psychic Dolphin Garage's PDG RPG. Come back next week for another fantastic campaign episode. Until next time.